Yo, what is up YouTube? I'm back with another video. So today we are on Anime Rangers X, and as you guys can tell from the video, or from the title I mean, I'm going noob to pro. Well, not really in this video, more or less me teaching you how to go noob to pro, because, well, quite honestly, I used to play this game a lot, and I only have 80 hours on the game, and I know that sounds like a lot, but realistically, I only spent 4 days actually playing the game, and I can show you how to easily, you know, go from noob to pro essentially. So I'm basing majority of my stuff from this tier list right here that I found in the actual official Rerangers Discord, which I will link down below. As you guys can see, the meat shields, it shows all the meta DPS and everything else. I'm currently trying to get Shinra right now, but it's pretty easy. I can farm about like 1.5 million coins every night, so I should be able to get it in no time. But aside from that, I am going to be talking about how to, well, what characters to really go for when you're a noob, essentially. So, when you are first starting, you start off with either Naruto, Luffy, I think, and Goku. I recommend going for whichever one you personally prefer. There's no really big difference. I guess in early stages, Naruto does get pretty fast, and he becomes like a very early meat shield. I recommend going for either or, and then once you're done with that, play a couple of story modes. I don't know how far you'll actually get. Maybe you'll beat chapter 1, chapter 2, but after that, I recommend either farming to level 5 or just using the gems that you just got to summon in the area over here. Oops, wrong area. If you click areas, go to summon, you can easily summon over here. So once you have actually done that, you only have standard banner. This is for the other stuff that I will actually go over in this video. So spin for this, do whatever, get whatever units, and then I recommend farming to level 20, and then you can use all the new codes down in the description that I will leave there. I also have a Discord, which I will also put the codes in as well if you guys wanted to join in, and if you guys want to get certain pings or stuff like that about what I do. But yeah, let me go ahead and show you guys the actual units that you are probably going to want to go for. So if you are lucky, you get Easter baskets from the codes, and you get the pre-evolved version of Bunny, which is, as you can see right here, I have her right here down here. If you can get her, that's very, very good. She's a very, very strong unit, and if you can't get her, that's totally fine. Any mythic is decent, and you should be able to get to level 20 with any mythic, honestly with any character. But yeah, so I recommend if you get Magician Girl and Bunny, I recommend you keeping them, and you will have to get a bit lucky enough to actually get those. Now, once you get to level 20 and you farm just for a good little while, maybe you got like 2 mythics, maybe 1 mythic, maybe none, honestly. If you got no mythics, you're just really, really unlucky, and honestly, that just really sucks. And I recommend you just, well, farm levels for gems, and you know, just go into the summon and try to get a mythic or so, because what you really want to do is you want to get strong enough to actually do the ghoul hunt. The ghoul hunt is actually not that hard to do. To be fair, I did have like 3 mythics at the time to be able to do it, and I had a sovereign on one of them as well. But it's not actually too hard. I know the chances say it's like a 0.1% chance, but I swear it's not that low. I have 4 sovereigns currently, and I swear to goodness, I did not spend that many trade rolls. I lied, 2,557. That's not bad though, because a lot of them were just miscellaneous rerolls, because I have a ton of units that just, you know, have miscellaneous rolls on them, so yeah. But yeah, after you've done that, and your main objective is to get Crimson Owl and Reaper capsules. Now these two are, it's gonna be kind of an overnight farm. Right now you shouldn't be able to beat the bunny world, because the bunny world is really, really strong, so you are just gonna have to bite the bullet and just kind of lose on those every time. There's also level milestones that you can like claim and then just, you know, get free stuff. But once you've done that, and let's say you get Ito, right, or Crimson Owl, you want to upgrade her and kind of put a lot of your power towards Crimson Owl because she's gonna be your hard carry for a long while. Once you've done that, I recommend you clear every single stage for story mode if you can. You might get stuck around Tokyo City or Virtual Sword. In that case, I recommend leaving one night to farm the highest area you can farm, so you can get a bunch of food and max out all your units to level 50. And then I recommend, if you have Megapunks, if you don't know what those are, you need about 25, maybe 20-ish to fully limit break your units. So if you click a character who's like, oh, he can only get to level 50, right, and you click break max, you will now be able to hit level 100 on that unit. So you do need those, and I would teach you guys how to farm those in just a second. So I guess I should go over the upgrading scaling. So obviously each unit sometimes has a unit evolve, which you can click on them and then you can evolve them into whatever crap. Holy crap, I didn't even know I could evolve my Shanks again. That's actually really good to know. I will probably do that in just a second. Rerolls, obviously you guys know what this is. These are the best traits over here, as you can see. Now, some units are better with Duplicator, some of them are better with Sovereign. Majority are better with Sovereign. Now, however, Duplicator, it's really good for support-based units. Example, the Empire's Queen. You'll get her once you complete the battle pass. She's a free unit. Once you complete the battle pass, you get her for free, and she basically, in her range, she stuns people and freezes them. So she's a really good support for early game. Radio Girl is who I currently have and who is currently the meta support. So yeah, that's also really good. And I'm gonna actually go over who I think is the best meat shield in the game, because yes, I agree, Bunny is like one of the best meat shields in the game, but I have the personal take of where is he, Toji, right here, and I wanted Duplicator, but I got Sovereign on him too. But I'm not complaining. Now you're probably wondering, oh, why is Toji have such shit stats? Well, that's on purpose, because he has a passive. Once you evolve him, sorry about that. Once you evolve him, he basically is invulnerable until he does his first attack. As you can see here, Sorcerer Assassin is immortal until he lands his first attack on an enemy. So, if that's the case, I want to reduce his range as much as possible and his cooldown make it as long as possible. Now, how do I do that? How do I make his cooldown 7.7? Easy. I put a bunch of shit that increases his cooldown. As you can see, this is all the stuff that I could find. It's super easy to make, honestly, and if you guys don't already know of the feature, if you go to crafting, you can click on one of the gears. Example, you want to make a Shadow Steel helmet, right? You can track it. So what that means is when you're in a world, like your fighting world, whatever crap, there's gonna be a button right over here that says like a T on it, and you click it and it opens up the little crafting recipes on the left. It's really cool. And if you guys also don't know, shiny transfers, how this works is if you have a shiny version of one of your units and you want to switch it out for another version, example, where is she? Oh, right here. So example, I want to make this. So imagine I have this one fully leveled out, right? I would use this shiny one who is level 1 and swap it with this one to make the level 100 one into the shiny version instead. Example, this one was the 100, right? But Soulcraft is also super easy. If you guys don't know what this is, soul powers are extremely useful. This also has a lot to do with the crafting, like crafting souls and everything, as you can see here. It's really easy. Whenever you roll, you can, combine them to make more, combine them to make more, combine them to make more, and the more you combine, the better they are, basically. Apply curses, really cool. As you can see here, I have a bunch of curses on all my guys. Okay, she's a bad example, sorry about that. Yeah, so stuff like that, really easy to curse. So that's another way to amplify your units. Another way to amplify your units is the evolution. I typically go for the negative 20% cost plus 30% send cooldown, but if you are straight up having a unit who is just a meat shield, you want to typically go for ultra evolution, because most of the times you're not going to be upgrading him anyways, and you want to just have his send cooldown way faster, so that he can just be sent off really fast, because he's a meat shield. He's meant to die. If you guys don't really know what meat shields are, they're basically people who are really fast, who could just take a hit, and so that they stop the monsters there, so they don't get too close to your building, basically. Let's see. What else am I going over? Right, so once you've cleared out the story mode and whatnot, you should be around level, I don't know, I want to say 20 something, 30 something maybe, depending on how hard it was for you guys. Now you are entering the ranger stages, and you don't really need a clear majority of the ranger stages. Like virtual sword and Ghoul City, you can basically skip these two, because they don't really drop materials like that. They just drop specific stuff to their specific gears and stuff like that. So unless you want the Kirito's swords and stuff like that, then you would go for black crystallite stuff and everything else. But that's not what we're talking about. So, raids. I personally would go for Esper Town. That's what I did. Once I was strong enough to beat all of the story stages, you should be strong enough to beat Esper Town by yourself. It may take a little bit while, but that's fine, as long as you can beat it. So I recommend AFKing this for one night, and so that you can get Esper Kit, basically. And you can use the Esper tokens at the merchant, I believe. Follow me, should be in raid shop. Yep, Esper Town. So then you want to buy the Flower Brigade, and that's basically all you need to buy, because this is mob's evolution thing. So once you evolve him, it's not too hard to evolve him, actually. I don't know if I have another one. I do. So it's not too hard to evolve him. It's actually pretty simple. So even though he's one of like the best units for damage, he's pretty simple to make. Oh, that's right. So Esper Friend is super easy to get as well. I forgot about him. If you go over here, go to raids. So you need to go to Nightmare mode. Now this one obviously is going to be a bit harder, but it should be fine as long as you have at least one unit with Sovereign on it. You should be fine. Once you've completed that, you upgrade him, evolve him, etc. You go through the process of evolving mob. You should be slightly strong enough to potentially fight Shibuya. I don't think you're going to clear it though. It's a big if. Now, if you get Sovereign on him, and then you get maybe, I want to say, who's a good one? Who's an easy, good mythical unit? I want to say Bunny. Now, if you get Bunny, obviously. If you don't get Bunny, perfectly fine. I would recommend going for either Toji or Shanks. If you guys don't know who that is, Toji is the guy I was just talking about earlier, Sorcerer Assassin, and Shanks is the one-armed pirate. So these guys are very good for later in the game. So it's just good to kind of invest in them right now. So they're really good. So let's hypothetically say you are strong enough to beat Shibuya, right? So now you are on to the Great Cataclysm. Very important. Okay, I wasn't able to beat this area for a while. Okay, you gotta understand that. So like on the third day, so like yesterday or so, or sometime like that, I was able to finally start soloing the Great Cataclysm, and that was because I was able to get Bunny and evolve Bunny, and I was able to have my evolved Esper Kid, and I got the Empire's Queen, and I didn't have her yet. I think I was running Asuna at the time, so I was running Crimson Owl, Empire's Queen, Bunny, Esper Kid, and I believe Toji at the time. Yeah, and the reason I had Asuna is because she increases increases allies damage, basically. So she's super good. That's what I use personally. You can obviously go for a different build, but that's just what I use to finally solo it. And obviously that's when I got Radio Girl, and that's when I started like farming and everything else. And now we get to Invasion. Now Invasion, I still can't beat it. I've still yet to beat Invasion. However, I'm gonna try again right now because, you know, obviously I have everybody evolved essentially. Now what you should really know, when you are farming Invasion, you need these coins to evolve them. Now you're thinking, oh man, how do I get these coins if I can't beat it? Well, that's the good part. you don't actually have to beat the world. You just need to be able to beat the enemies in the world. So example, because what you don't know is this is essentially like an infinite world, where if you don't kill the bosses fast enough and kill their base fast enough, then you will they will keep sending bosses in as rotation, and you will eventually lose, basically. So I recommend just AFK farming this, because if you are strong enough to at least kill one boss in there, you will steadily get coins, and those coins can be used to buy at the merchant. You can buy over here all the evolution items that you need to evolve the other guys. So I actually need to do this again because I didn't realize I would need another straw hat. So yeah, that's what I'm probably gonna do later tonight. And to go over the Easter login, obviously you guys can claim these every single day. The battle pass, I bought the premium. You don't actually have to, but I claimed all. Quests are very nice as well, because while you're AFKing, you just do that. Another thing that I did, if you want to start like really upgrading your units, like their stats and everything else, is I sat overnight in the challenge area, because this is the best way to get ranger crystals, stat keys, and also getting cursed fingers. So this is the best way. That's how I have so much cursed fingers. I need to refarm stat keys because I'm currently out. But yeah, that's how I have so many cursed fingers and stat keys. So I recommend AFKing challenges, which is super easy because by now you should be able to do that. Let's see, something else to go over. Upgrading gear. That's right, gear. Gear is super good. Obviously it depends on the monster you're going for. The reason I have all the fire gear is because I have Infernal Mother, which essentially makes my unit into a fire unit, and so I have the damage over time buff on them, so I can essentially do that. Now I might switch that off to my Explosion Girl because she probably has way more, like, you know, damage and everything. Like, look at her ability damage, 1,215%, pretty insane. So yeah, I'm probably gonna switch her off to that. But other than that, guys, oh, another tip that you guys should probably know is at the units gacha, once you are level 15 and up, you can unlock this, and you can actually like once a day you can select the unit and select which one you want. Now I recommend you go for either Toji or Shanks. The rest are kind of buns until later in the game. So that's really up to you. And then obviously if you have a shiny from the rolling, you can actually make them into trait rerolls if you want to. It's super tedious, but completely up to you. And if you have a bunch of units that you just like, oh man, I didn't want these guys, well, you can now claim them because you like discovered them, and you can claim them, and then you can basically, you know, keep them. Other than that, I want to say settings, maybe if you guys don't already know, you have an auto vote, auto retry, instant retry, auto next. When you're farming a world, I recommend having instant retry on. I'm gonna do auto ultimate as well, because why the fuck not, right? Other than that, those are really the settings that you really need to know. I think I've gone over everything that you could possibly need. Oh, another good way to get trait rerolls is actually doing dungeons. This is what I got to when I had my other team on, but now I have a way updated team and I can try again, probably hit 100. But yeah, you get these chests and they give coins, they give gems, they give trait rerolls, they give a ton of good shit, basically. So it's always good to run dungeons one night. It doesn't take too long, honestly. Depending on how fast your units are, maybe like an hour, I'd say, to get to like the max stage that you could possibly get. Other than that, guys, I think that will be all for the video, guys. So if you guys did enjoy, and if you guys do like this game and like want to play it more, I suggest you hit that like and share. And if you guys do like make this video blow up, then I will make more Anime Rangers games. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Later, guys.